Buongiorno and welcome back to Koi Fish Johnny. Okay, so I've made massive changes recently in the way that I am keeping my koi, and it has had paid dividends, so to speak, so far. What led to the change? I've been reading some of the comments that people have been putting in about namby-pambering the koi, over-cuddling the koi, treating the water too much, banging in too many chemicals, trying to resolve everything, and basically being hyper vigilant on my koi keeping journey is maybe the way to say it. So I thought, hey, there might be a bit of truth in that. So I thought, I am doing too much. And when my mind went back to the chat that I had with Dr. Paula Reynolds when I was experiencing difficulty, one of the things that she said that stuck in my mind, I think there's a short on my channel about it, was the fish need to build an immune system. So if the koi aren't exposed to anything, they won't build an immune system, so they'll remain weak, which I have got a koi pond out in the elements. So there's a massive tree with birds and lots of different things visiting, and bird poop particularly, that drops into my pond, which may promote the parasites going into the pond. And certainly if a fish has got a low immune system, is going to be susceptible to being, well, very poorly. But if it's got an established immune system, which brings me on to something massive, which is one of the other inspiring thoughts that sort of made me think this, is I was on a walk. There was koi swimming freely in like a river, not a river, but like a stream sort of thing. And I thought, how are they, the koi in that river slash canal or whatever you want to call it, how are they able to stay in that environment with no aeration, no PP, no treatments, no anything, but they looked pristine and they looked healthy and they looked well. And I thought, how are they able to do that? And that's when my mind floated back to the Dr. Paula Reynolds thing about building up their immune system. Like kids, when they go to nursery, encounter all this stuff and they end up coming home quite a lot, like our Dylan went to nursery, got a bug, come back from nursery despite still paying for him to be there. And as he built his immune system, he's able to stay there longer and longer. And basically, that's what I've sort of trying to do with my koi now, because I think there is some truth in the namby-pambering, over pond princess treating your koi really like resolving every single problem that they can possibly encounter and protecting them. I can understand it from a dealership. I can understand at a dealership you have to sort of make sure that the koi have not got any parasites. The water is perfect. The water is optimal, performed. There are no parasites. There are nothing. Sorry, I had a stick problem there. It was the selfie stick, not a different stick, so to speak. But nonetheless, anyway, we was rudely interrupted by that drooping. Anyway, I go back to what I was talking about. So at a koi dealership, they have to ensure that there is nothing that the fish is exposed to. There are no parasites. The water is treated, everything is perfect. But I feel like, and I could be wrong here, I'll need your comments in the comment section. I feel like us as koi hobbyists, or me particularly, have tried to treat my pond like it is in the dealership, which is impossible, because in the dealership they don't have all the stuff that they encounter, that my pond will encounter, because it's out in the wilderness. It's got a tree, it's got bird poop, it's got random stuff that will enter the pond. Whereas a dealership, generally all their ponds are covered up, they have more control of the elements, the risk is minimal. But the koi that are in this pond need to build their immune system. So my question was sort of like, how do I build their immune system without killing them? And the answer, well, judging by some of the comments and some of my train of thinking, was to just basically let them deal with it a little bit. Not jump in straight away. Not think, oh my God, there's a koi in the corner, which I had. My Karachi guy was sat in this corner for a while. And normally I'd be pulling him out, scraping him, looking at him, checking for any minute thing that might be upsetting him. And I just sort of sat and watched him like sit in the corner a little bit, odd flash, which I do have now in my pond, an odd flash. And I realised that this could backfire at some point. But I haven't dived in, and it's been, I think it's been just over 3 months since I put any chemicals in my pond, any treatments in my pond. I haven't pulled any out for any scrapes. I've had one koi, which is the black and white one. Come on, help me out here. Shuro Otsuri, Gimring Shuro Otsuri, the wife's koi. He's got a little nick on the top of his head. He had that, but it's self-healed over time. Whereas maybe last time, when I say a little nick, it's a tiny little scale that's gone a little bit pink. But I've not dived in and treated it, because that was like 2 months ago. Pulled the scale off, covered it in loads of stuff. And by the way, don't take my advice. This is just what I'm doing. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm sharing my experience. I haven't done that, but the Shuro has healed itself. it's fixed itself, because that's what it would do in the wild, and that's what I'm trying to create in my pond. A sort of ecosystem that the fish will thrive in, but the fish are cleverer than we actually give them credit for. And I personally believe now, and I don't need to be diving right in there all the time, fixing all their problems, just like I don't do with my kids. Do you know what I mean? I've got to start building them koi's immune system, because they're going to encounter what they've encountered this year in this pond, next year in this pond. So really, I'm doing a detriment by removing the sort of things that are going to make them a little bit poorly. Not kill them. If there is something that is going to kill them, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to like resolve it. But I'm still observing them. I'm still watching them. I'm still seeing what they're doing on a daily basis. And if there is any erratic changes in behaviour, I am on it. That's where I've been. And it was because, I'll be honest with you, it was getting very time consuming. It was getting very difficult to handle, looking every day, basically treating my koi like I treat my kids. And I'm coming out, observing them, checking them, making sure they're all right, stroking them, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I'm being hyper vigilant on the process, and I didn't have enough energy between my family, my business, my fish, my life, and I needed to it made me take a reality check of when did I enjoy pond keeping the absolute most. And that was when I had the sunken pond, you know. When I had the sunken pond, I wasn't hyper vigilant, I wasn't super knowledgeable, but the fish were never ill. I don't think I ever did a PP treatment in there, be it was an established pond. So in short, yeah, I'm following Dr. Paula Reynolds' sort of thingy about the fish need to build an immune system. And this isn't her guidance, this is just off one conversation I had with her about a year ago about understanding how the fish need to build an immune system, and by overprotecting them isn't good. And one of the things that she did say, which she was passionate about, if I remember, was PP is a last resort. So that's what I'm treating it as, a last resort, PP, because that takes all the slime coat layer, mucus layer, is the proper way of saying it, the mucus layer off the fish, and actually makes the fish a lot more vulnerable. So you have to be careful using PP. As you know, I already know that you have to be super careful. If you don't know, I had a massive accident using PP and actually killed a lot of my koi. It was a mistake I made measuring it, and if you want to watch the video, it'll be down below in the description. Yeah, so it just took a little bit of getting used to this and a little bit of change in sort of dropping back and thinking, you know what, I'm just going to watch them. I'm not going to jump on everything they do. I'm going to allow them to build. And this is a little bit edgier because I'm aware that things could go wrong. I'm aware that I could end up with, what is that on your face, pie on my face from it going wrong, or whatever you want to say. There's a way of saying it, you know what I'm saying. I put egg on my face, that's it, we got there in the end, eh? I'm aware that I could end up with egg on my face by not protecting them enough, potentially. But I believe in this method that I'm trying to implement. But there's going to be an art between at what stage do I dive in and intervene, what do I dive in and intervene with. But my dream is to just drop back and allow them to deal with everything they encounter by providing the best quality water. Oh, did you like that? The best quality water I can, which obviously involves dechlorinating, which I've had an issue with that, which you can check out in the link below. That'll be there as well. But basically, I am a keeper of water that the koi live in. The koi will do the rest, is my theory, that they will protect themselves. If I give them the right environment, the right water, aeration and things like that that is in the water, basically the right environment for them to thrive in, they will do the rest of looking after themselves, because they're quite smart creatures. They live in outdoor ponds, they live in fields, they live in streams, they live in all sorts. How dare my wife, who's cleaning the house, drop something and interrupt a koi fish Johnny recording. Yeah, so that has been the change in dynamic. I might dive more into it in the future, but I just wanted, as I'm aware I've not put a video out for a while, to update you on sort of my thinking. And also with the Hawaiian shirts, which I am sporting, the Koi Aura Hawaiian shirts, I do really like this one. Oh yeah, oh yeah. As you might have known, if anyone's gone on to buy any, it hasn't gone to plan with the website. It's backfired, took the gem out the donut, made me feel a bit about it, but that's the way that things go sometimes. So I basically, in a nutshell with that, I haven't had the ability to get them online on the website, so I've had to resort to going on eBay. So I've listed them on eBay, they're like 20 quid. They are very nice, the material is beautiful. The design is Japanese inspired, obviously. Well, I didn't actually know, but believe it or not, the Hawaiian shirt was invented by Japanese people, so that's quite interesting. So pop over there. There's a black and a pink one, and this one, and they're in kid sizes as well. So if you've got a kid, there's kid sizes. Yeah, it's not been the dream business launch that I envisaged when I set on this journey of having my dream business of Hawaiian shirts. I'll be honest with you, it's hit a bit hard, but they're discounted. They're on eBay, they're at a great price at the minute, and they are a top Hawaiian shirt. They do feel nice. There's a little bit of stretch in the material, and it does feel nice in your skin, and you'll be spotting a small little businessman launching his dream. So all in all, everything has been going great since I stopped banging tons of stuff in my pond and let them deal with it. And I haven't had any significant real issues to report about my pond, which is interesting. Like I say, the changing sort of like how I'm treating my pond has really improved my pond keeping journey and my enthusiasm for the hobby. I've been able to sit back, relax and watch them a lot more, and they have been feeding a hell of a lot, not off that wine bottle, that's the wife's. I do not recommend, and I do not issue my koi with any alcoholic beverages. But I do to myself. So all in all, this is Koi Fish Johnny over and out. Oh, I missed one massive thing. You won't know because I'm holding the camera in this hand, but I have had a hand tattoo, and I know I get so many people, so many people asking me about my tattoos. So I recorded an episode with my tattoo artist Paul, who is a friend of mine, but he's also a top amazing tattoo artist. In the world of tattoos at the minute, we have got people using filters, AI and all sorts of can I swear? Shit, to make their art. Now I'm getting interrupted by a truck. Okay, so in the tattoo world now, we're getting infiltrated by people using AI, filters, all sorts of shit to make their tattoos seem mint. My tattoo artist is actually the only person in the UK to win the Vegas Tattoo Award in Vegas. So it's a massive award, a massive achievement. He's a top quality artist, but he doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't get the recognition he deserves because he just loves doing his art. So I've done a little video of my hand tattoo. You will not believe how good this hand tattoo is. It is goddamn unreal. I did challenge him. I did say, listen mate, you know what I mean? I put it on his toes and said this needs to be a banger because I'm going to record it for my audience as Koi Fish Johnny, and they will be the judges of how good your art is, my friend. Basically, I got, in my opinion, the best hand tattoo in the entire world is on my left hand. I'm sharing this as so many people have asked about my tattoos, and I get it all the time in the comments. So now you're going to get a tattoo episode, baby, and we're going to enjoy it. Koi Fish Johnny. Now my recording's being interrupted by helicopters. Now my recording's being interrupted by helicopters. Can you believe that? Look. Koi Fish Johnny, over and out.